Hello and welcome into Talking Bengals. And Zach, why are you wearing all black? Looks like you're going to a funeral.
Maybe I am, Casey. Maybe I am.
I think he may be correct. It may be the death of the Bengals 2024 season, but they're just 0-3. Who cares? 14 more games. But oh my gosh, we are going to dissect how pathetic of an effort that was. Pathetic from the one side of the ball. Offense, don't really have any complaints for offense this week. They played well. Could have done better in the red zone, but, it is what it is. But what in the bleep happened this week? We're not sure. Zach beeped it out for me, so it's good to go. Nick, get into the D-line. That's where we're going to start. Go for it.
So many fun topics for today. You have an offense that for every single drive goes down and has a scoring attempt on every single drive. I'm talking about the Bengals offense, right? Your offense goes down and scores 33 points and never gives the ball up except for a missed field goal opportunity, which in and of itself, from that distance, that's a good distance, whatever. All right. Anyways, then you have a veteran defense. You have two veteran pass rushers in Hubbard and Hendrickson, and you get one pressure, one sack. What in the world is Lou thinking? What have we not done to scheme on that? You are going against a rookie quarterback in the league, a rookie quarterback against rookie wideouts. Why are we running zone coverage essentially the entire game and only pressuring with four defensive linemen on a rookie quarterback? Pressure him, make him make rookie mistakes. Hubbard looked like he was lost out there. His average yards distance between him and Jaden Daniels was like 6.5 yards or better. That's ridiculous. Your job as a pass rusher. Rush him. Go get a sack.
Maybe Sam's done. Stick a fork in him. I called it before the season started. He may not be the guy he used to be. Maybe we need to figure out another plan. And so far this year, I think I've been proven right. Nick, you have anything else you want to drop in about the D-line?
Everybody's going to say something along the lines of, oh, our inside guys were hurt, blah, blah, blah. Well, those are run defense guys, okay? Let's talk about it this way. Austin Eckler is a heck of a running back. Yes, true. But what's up with this arm tackling crap? We had him stopped in the backfield, almost every single run that they ran outside the tackles, and we just throw arms at them? We teach our first, second, and third graders that you don't arm tackle like that. And these guys are professional football players. What are you just throwing your hands at them? Austin Eckler is a beast. You're not going to tackle him with your arms? You got to hit the guy. Absolutely ridiculous. It looked like first graders out on the field playing against a whole bunch of high schoolers that actually knew what they were doing. And essentially, it should have been flip-flopped. It was pitiful and ridiculous, embarrassing. You have a defense that's known for getting turnovers, for getting sacks, for getting pressures on the quarterback, stopping the run, and we do that? Get out of here.
Well, we're not going to stop there. Zach, talk to us about the secondary and linebacker play and how pathetic that was.
I would be remiss living down here in the Deep South if I didn't also mention the fact of how great of a running back Brian Robertson Jr. is as well. He is a T-Town local boy, got shot in the stomach, for the season, Yeah, he's good. Just wait. He's going to get better. Don't worry. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this secondary. Okay. You'll only have 2 incompletions from Jaden Daniels. You gave up 254 yards. You gave up 2 big touchdowns, one to Scary Terry, and actually both to Scary Terry. Terry McLaurin had both of them, right?
CTB, where were you?
CTB. I don't know. There are a lot of talking, and I get it. That's his
MIA.
game. What about Dax Hill? I thought we moved Dax Hill back to corner because he was the guy to play corner. He was a better corner than he was a safety, but that wasn't the case last night. DJ Turner, however, came in, made a big play, right? Why he didn't play the remainder of the game, couldn't tell you. Okay. I think we talked about Von Bell. He doesn't look much better, right? No, he doesn't look like the Von Bell we had 2 years ago, right? It just the secondary, man. Like you got to tackle, you got to break up plays. I don't know why we kept playing these zone coverages, and Jaden Daniels just picked us apart like we were a college football team. I'm gonna say it. We were a college football defense playing an NFL offense.
Yeah, seems how those roles were reversed, CTB. We didn't even look like a Power 5 conference team. We looked like Southwest Eastern Carolina, Ohio River team or something. I don't even know. Pathetic.
No, we just call that UC. Sorry, Josh.
The hell, man?
Josh is already hurting enough. Leave him alone. Well, Josh, now you can vent about what happened to special teams and mediocre Mac.
So special teams starts off with kickoffs. The kickoff returning game is putrid. They're not even getting to the 30. You've got Chase Brown, fast as can be, second fastest time by any ball carrier last season. Yeah, you get him into open space, nobody can catch him. But when he runs directly into two guys every single time, you're not going to get anywhere. You're getting to the 20, maybe the 25-yard line. I think we got to the 30-yard line one time. At that point, if it looks like it's going to be borderline, just let it. Just let it hit the end zone. Don't even try to return it. And then the kicking game. I mean, yeah, it was that a 48-yard kick? Well within his range, easily within his range. He shanked it. And it's his first miss this season, but he also missed an extra point last week. So the whole Money Mac thing is looking like it's not quite holding up this season, and last season wasn't too much better. Kicks you think he should easily make. I don't know what's going on. Maybe rookie season was the peak. I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully he can get it back together. But special teams, we didn't even get to see the best of the special teams because they didn't punt.
Yep.
And that's bad when we think the best person on special teams could be our rookie punter. I mean, that's kind of pathetic.
And that's not all. We also had right after halftime, hey, guys, we're going to battle, but never mind, we're not going to battle back. We just gave up a huge return to open the second half. This is literally everybody's emotion last night. Just throw your hands up. You have no idea what to do, what's going on. It's pathetic. And that's where it comes down to the coaching. This game, they gave up the most points per drive in the franchise's history. The next closest game, if you guys remember this, which Nick said he never remembers games, but you should remember this one. They got pounded by the Saints, like 51-13 back in 2000, I guess. Was it 18 when Terrell Lawson was there? 2000, whenever it was, like it was Marvin's last year. They got destroyed by the Saints. Terrell Lawson instantly fired. Instantly fired. Why does Lou Anarumo have a job? Oh, he's a mad scientist. His stuff is at the master's level and all this other bull crap. But you haven't produced the last 2 years a defense that's worth a crap. In the years that you had a great defense, stacked. Absolutely stacked with great players who are in their prime. You have an old Von Bell. You have an old Mike Hilton. You have a totally geriatric Sam Hubbard, and you're not adapting your defense to be able to be successful. This is a rookie quarterback. I'm no genius. And everybody's going to say, you're the Monday morning coach. It's actually the Tuesday night coach if you want to get it right. But what do you do to a rookie quarterback? You hit them. You hit them, you hit them, you hit them, you hit them, you hit them until they don't want to throw the ball. You don't let them stand back there, especially a guy as talented as Daniels. Don't let him get comfortable. I don't care if he burns you on one pass down the middle. If you knock him on his butt hard enough, he's going to be worried about somebody knocking him on his butt. But when he can stand back there and just drop beautiful dimes, yeah, he's not scary at all. So, Louis Anarumo, this is on you. Initially, this part of the game is on you. And then Zach Taylor, you have to come up with something. If you can't have a coach under you that's changing it, then you need to take over. Yeah, you're not a defensive-minded guy. Bull crap. You're the head coach. You've got to get things moving. You have to have the ability to take control of either side of the ball as a head coach. This guy doesn't have it today. Hey, go sit your butt down. I'm taking over. We're going to go back to running a base defense. We're going to play man coverage with a 1-over safety. Something. Change it up somehow. We're going to blitz all 3 linebackers every single play. Who the heck cares? Try something different. Make something work. But sitting there and just a base, coverage, soft zone where you're getting burned even over that's what kills me. How do you get burned deep in a base zone? The whole purpose of a base zone is to keep everything in front of you. As a safety, your one job is nothing gets behind you. And yet they're dropping dimes behind you. Beautiful. Great passes placed perfectly. I can't hate on Daniels or, say he's a bum because he looked great. But you gave him time. You let him be comfortable. I feel fairly confident we could have thrown some of those passes, not the deep ones, but shoot, I could hit wide open receivers at 15 yards. It's not that hard. You're just standing back there. No one's trying to hit you.
Dalton would have looked good on that.
Yeah. Well, we're getting there. Don't even get started on that yet. But
believe me, I wanted to segue.
Yeah. Well, we got other stuff up before we can segue.
We have positive things to talk about still today, Nicholas.
I just want to point out, this is the first game in NFL history that both teams went the entire game without a punt or a turnover.
40 years.
We lost.
Yep.
Right.
It would have been bad, but that would have been bad on the other way too. Like if for the Commanders, right? So if they would have lost that game, it would have been the same thing that we're talking about right now. So all right, I agree. It's crazy. You don't lose those games, but if you hit him,
Lou Anarumo, defense genius, and he doesn't get one stop against a rookie quarterback, get out of here. To quote Letterkenny, this is effing ridiculous. This is effing embarrassing.
I was going to quote Coach Yost like I did all night last night, and we should have been blitzing all night.
All night.
Leave no doubt.
I don't understand. I literally don't. And yeah, maybe we're not football geniuses. I will be the first to admit that. There's a reason I don't coach NFL football. But the fact that we can all see how to win the game, or at least try to win the game, doing what you're doing is never going to win. If it's not working, it's not going to all of a sudden just start working. Try something different.
Show your pride for Ken and Willie Anderson's Hall of Fame candidacy with our exclusive t-shirt. Featuring a bold design, this shirt lets you celebrate 2 football legends. Plus, 30% of proceeds go to the Ken Anderson Alliance and Willie Anderson Lineman Academy. Wear your support and make a difference today.
And on that note, since we're all angry and frustrated, I'm going to take us to a darker place. Who's ready to go to the darker place? Well, we're going there whether you're ready or not. Here we go. Trivia for this week. This is a 2-part question, and then maybe I'll bring you back with possible redemption and hope. Maybe just dangle it out there, but it could be the hope that kills you. We'll just see. All right. 0-3 starts. Since the year 2000, how many times have the Bengals started 0-3? Are you saying 0? They're literally 0-3 right now.
4.
3-4. Nick, what's your guess? I'll give you redemption here.
Hold on. I'm putting it all together. 2.
6. And I'm going to run down all of them just because we dislike ourselves so much. After I give you the redemption question, how many of those seasons did they end up with a 500 or better record? Nick says 0. Zach says 1. Josh, what's your guess?
2.
Zach is correct with 1. They finished 8-8 one of those seasons. So we're going to go in reverse chronological order here just because we all know the most recent one is this year. We'll see how it plays out. 2019, they started off 0-11, finished 2-14. 2017, they started 0-3, final record 7-9, so they did battle back there a little bit. 2008 started 0-8, final record 4-11-1. 2003 started 0-3, ended up 8-8. That was the first year under Marvin. There was another 8-8 year after that, and then the coulda, woulda, shoulda went year where Kinemo Van Ohoffen, that dirty guy. Let's see, 2002 0-7, final record 2-14, and 2000 0-6, final record of 4-12. So yeah, it's not looking good. I would say it's not good at all to start 0-3. Oh, it's just sad. It's sad.
Guess what?
But
You just proved that advertising on podcasts works. Reach thousands of local listeners each week and grow your business. Reach out to Talkin Bengals today to find out more by emailing talkinbengals@gmail.com.
on that note, let's just keep on going. Now that we have all these good feelings flowing and all that optimism with the 1-8-8 year, 1-7-9 year, and a lot of really bad years for 0-3. Zach, I'm putting you on the spot. What's your final prediction for the year as of right now?
Well, not to take away from a later segment, I think we go 0-4 to start the year and then totally redeem ourselves and we go 13-4 the rest of the way. Baltimore is not better than this team. We've got better talent. We've got better players. I think they just figure it out in some way, somehow. Maybe it's just a little bit of kumbaya, coming to Jesus moment, whatever the case may be. They figure out Baltimore, and it's just a run of the mill at that point. So my final prediction, 13-4.
See, that makes me wonder. In baseball, if you're playing really bad or on a losing streak, you burn bats. What's the football equivalent to burning bats? I don't know.
The cleats.
We're going to burn cleats? Oh, that stink. Whew. Maybe they need to burn some cleats.
No, their coach.
That's a little
illegal,
far.
Zach.
Little
That's
dark.
illegal.
Little dark.
That is illegal.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Nick. What's your
but-
prediction?
Lloyd, the Rocky Mountains don't look very rocky. That John Denver was full of crap. I don't see us going better than 500. Honestly, looking at the rest of the season, playing the defense that we played this week, I don't see the Bengals winning more than 5 games. If they're lucky. I don't care how good Joe Burrow plays. I don't see the defense. If the defense doesn't change something up and we can't play anywhere halfway decent against a young team like what the Commanders are, I don't see us getting any more than 5 wins this year. I don't care how dominant Joe Burrow looks.
Josh.
I'm gonna go 10-7. So they still got a couple more losses, but 10-7, and unfortunately, that's probably going to be on the outside looking in.
10-7, I think is respectable. 5 wins is respectable. Zach's smoking something that he should share with the rest of us. And I'm just going to stay pretty middle of the road here and say 6 wins. I think somehow Burrow will just out-track meet a few teams. And they'll get some wins, but it's not going to be as good as we thought. And now let's just move into the Panthers. Let's talk about the Andy Dalton Revenge Tour. And he looked fantastic on Sunday. I watched that game and I was like, man, this looks like prime Dalton when he had Green and Jones and Sanu and Eifert was healthy. It looked like a real team, except for he's playing with a collection of stiffs and some never-will-be's. So, yeah, that was scary. I mean, I'm not saying the Raiders are a good football team, but looking at how bad the Bengals defense played this weekend, I'm kind of worried about the Red Rifle. Josh, what do you think?
See, everybody has that flash in the pan game. That could have been it. That could be his Mike White game of the season. I mean, hopefully that's all that he gets, and Bengals can go out there and get a win, get on the right track, roll into Baltimore, and get another win. Hope start stacking them. It's definitely scary though. Every time they play Andy Dalton, he looks like he's got a grudge. So I don't know. I never feel good about playing Andy Dalton. I didn't feel good the game that they won because they didn't play particularly well in New Orleans. So
You don't bench a guy on his birthday. That's not cool.
Yeah, that was a horrible way to do it. Yeah, he deserved to be benched, but you can't do it on that day, man.
I secretly think Andy Dalton really dislikes Cincinnati in general because the fan base, after about 2013, we all remember that playoff game where he single-handedly lost the football game by himself. And I know you can't really say that, but you can for this game. He caused 3 turnovers, literally fumbled the ball, falling over when no one touched him. And after that, the fan base just didn't like him. Even in 2015, you're like, yeah, well, they're winning in spite of Andy Dalton. So I don't think he really likes the area. So if he can have a chance to stick it to the team and to the fan base, I think he's going to do it. Zach?
I'm going to honor a good friend of mine's father right now, and I'm going to stand up and yell, I was right about Andy Dalton. Okay? I just want to say it. I accurately predicted that score and what he was going to do. He said 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he went out and he absolutely did it. 322 and 3 touchdowns. Let's go. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be right about anything else on this podcast. However, I told you the revenge tour was coming. I forgot about Marvin Lewis being on the Vegas Raiders coaching staff. So that was step number 1. Step number 2 is the city that ran him amok. It's a great guy. He did a lot for the community, and like Casey was pontificating about was, all these people started pooping on him for no reason. Get it? The 2013 game happens. It is what it is, right? It happens. Okay. We had a lot of bent up aggression and all that other jazz, but he got us there a couple more times, right? Yeah. And then we lost the teams from there. So where am I going to go anywhere more than that? Okay. Andy's coming in hot. Okay. Just like Minio. See what I did there? Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're not really sure what's going on.
Andy Minio coming in hot? No, just me? Okay.
Who?
Fan base gets it. All right.
Sure.
Anyway.
Is this one of those things for the kids? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely for the children, just like this podcast is, apparently. So, the Carolina game, if we do not figure out how to play secondary defense and not play anything other than zone, because we can't play zone, and we cannot stop the running game, it's going to be a bad day for us. Okay? That's why I said we were probably going to start 0-4, and it's why I said that Andy Dalton's going to make a revenge tour.
Nicholas, anything you want to add to this?
I think Andy Dalton comes out and freaking bombs it. Just as absolutely atrocious and just reminds us on the reason why we got rid of him. And Joe Burrow has a field day, and it's not going to be because our defense plays so well. It's going to be because Andy Dalton plays that badly. So if I'm going to say anything, I'm going to jump into maybe score predictions first whenever we're ready for that.
Well, I might as well. I mean, we've destroyed how terrible our defense is. We've given Andy Dalton his praise. Go ahead, Nick. Lead off a score prediction. Somebody write them down.
35-14 Bengals. And that's going to be because Andy Dalton plays terrible. Not because our defense plays well, but because Andy Dalton plays that poorly. And one of their touchdowns is going to be probably like a pick six or something.
Since I'm going to be negative, I'm going to go ahead and go next. I will not pick the Bengals to win until they win a game. They look pathetic every time I pick them to win. At least the game I picked them to lose, they almost won. So you got to win a tilt, as Paul Denner Jr. would say. You got to win a tilt at some point if you want to get some respect. So Andy Dalton came in and won a game. So I'm going to give him more respect than I give this team that I love with all my heart and soul. And I'm going to say it's going to be Panthers 31, Bengals 21. Josh?
27-20 Bengals.
I got the scores. I'm writing them down.
Oh, I'm literally
still have
dropping them in
last
the
year.
group chat.
Yeah, I know. I'll never find them in the group chat.
Thackeray?
You said 31-21.
Yep.
I'm going to go 34-31 Panthers.
Ooh, trying to Price is Right me. See how it is. I don't feel like we can end on so much negativity and not feeling it. So we're going to get into a few more things real quickly. So none of us even have any points yet for who's winning this year predictions. We all are hot garbage. Literally, not even close. Nobody's even been in the ballpark yet for one. So do not base any kind of wagering or anything that can impact your family based on our estimates. Do not do it, ever. We have no idea what we're talking about. We're literally pulling numbers out of a magic hat. We don't know. Additionally, nobody has won our Talking Bengals challenge yet. Just like the Bengals, they are 0-3. And this week, we didn't even have an almost. Nobody was really that close. And in the spirit of how terrible our defense has played, and we really would like to give away a free shirt to somebody because, we got to spread some cheer somehow. We're going to make this one a little bit, I wouldn't say easier, but, it's going to be in the ballpark. It's going to be a two-part question because we can't make it too easy. But if you can guess both parts of this correctly, you can get one of those awesome Anderson Brothers t-shirts like the one I'm sporting right here. And you can have that for yourself. Pick any color you want. You can have the black one, the orange one, the gray one, the white one, whichever one you like better. Let us know. We'll ship it to you. But you have to guess these two parts correct. How many turnovers will the Bengals recover? Not how many giveaways. How many turnovers will the Bengals recover this week? And how many sacks will the Bengals have? So two-part questions. You got to get both parts right. How many turnovers? So interceptions or fumble recoveries, not turnover on downs. Those are not counting. Interceptions or fumble recoveries, and how many sacks? So we'll go around the horn here and get everybody's predictions. Nick, you're still taking down this info.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you think?
I've got 2 turnovers, 3 sacks.
Zach?
Number 3, my lord. It's a Shrek reference. I think we actually do get a couple turnovers. I don't think it's Dalton that turns the ball over. I do find it that it's probably going to be some fumbles all around the way. Definitely need to get like 4 or 5 sacks out. Definitely could use a couple of those. So that's what I'm going.
2 turnovers, 5 sacks.
Yep.
All right, Casey, what's yours?
I'm going goose egg and 3.
0 turnovers, 3 sacks.
Almost went goose egg, but I'm like, I can't go that dark. I'm going to depress myself too much.
So I'm going to go for 3 turnovers and 5 sacks because Andy Dalton is good for a few sacks there, at least on his own.
Man. We're hoping this is what happens. I mean, like I put out before, if I don't pick the Bengals to win, if I pick the defense to play bad, whatever it is, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. We would all love to be wrong when it comes to the hate we have against the team because we love this team. We want them to do well. We want them to win a Super Bowl.
And that is the reason why I took the over for everybody. Okay? It's the reason why I took the over. I know, Burns, you went 2 turnovers and 5 sacks. I just added another turnover in there because it's Andy Dalton.
We shall see. So, I'm trying to think of something happening.
$1, Bob. $1.
Red Spire David Bell. That's good news for everybody. You're
Still
welcome,
paying him,
Cincinnati
though.
Sports.
Still paying them.
The only thing we got to worry about now is FC Cincinnati, apparently. I just can't do it. I can't get into soccer. I know that we have some of that in this fan base. They just support everything our city does. You know, like they try to support UC. Again, I'm sorry, Josh. It just can't happen.
I know Nick's going to make fun of me because I love Ted Lasso. It's one of my favorite shows. But you know why I can stand Ted Lasso? They show this much soccer. It's mostly funny stuff. And when they show a soccer game, they only show the 30 seconds of exciting part, not the 48 minutes of them just kicking a ball back and forth.
It's 90 minutes, Casey.
Remember, you dated a girl. No, someone dated a girl in high school that played soccer. And I went to them to one of their games, and I wanted to gouge my eyes out by the end because nobody had scored, and the ball hadn't even left midfield in 90 minutes.
I could not. I tried to go to a couple games of a couple soccer games through college just because it was the only thing going on campus. I just wound up leaving, and we went to go have some adult beverages.
Now, hear me out on this, though.
It was so bad.
Two other quick soccer comments. First one is going to be the way they could make soccer better. You can only play indoor soccer, and it's like hockey. You just bash people everywhere. That I would watch. I would pay money. I would even sign up for a league just to knock people around, run people over, smack them against the wall. I'll do that. That would be fun to watch. It's hockey for people that don't like being cold. What?
Bama ball, but soccer.
And not, like I said, it's hockey for people that don't like to be cold. So that's speaking my language right there. I could show up to that. But secondly, when thinking about that, this year could really go bad. Like it could just be one of those 0-11, 0-8 or what. I don't think it will be, but it could be a horrible season. Why won't American sports go to relegation? That's the one thing I really like about European League soccer. If you're the worst team in the league, you get demoted. There are no we're playing for next season, especially not as much football, but baseball is where it ticks me off. By the All-Star break, you have 3 or 4 teams we just don't care. We're not going to even try for the rest of the year. We don't care. If you were going to get demoted to AAA for not caring, or, you're getting demoted to the XFL or USFL or whatever FL is out there other than the NFL now, you'd probably be like, oh, crap, there is no playing for draft picks anymore. You have to continue to play hard or you're not going to be at the top tier anymore. And that also gives you incentive to okay, now we have to fight our way back. But instead of watching every professional sport in America, we stink. We're just going to deal with it. See you next year. It's pathetic. There's no motivation to not finish last.
I got to say, thank God I'm a Tennessee Volunteer fan.
There's no motivation to sell your team either, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be another good one.
Sell the team, Bob.
Sell the team, Bob. But, I mean, that'd be a good motivation, too. I forget who brought that up I saw recently, but it was if you don't win in a certain number of years, Zach probably may remember the post. I think you may have said it to us. If you don't win in a certain number of years, you have to sell the team.
I wish it was Castellini's.
Corn dogs for everyone.
Word. Well,
Podium Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talkin Bengals. In Greater Cincinnati, it's Podium Automotive for all your auto needs. Skilled technicians, quality service you can trust, and fair prices. Tell us Talkin Bengals sent you and get 5% off all services. Schedule your appointment today on Facebook at Podium Automotive or call 859-869-0097.
Well, see, now it feels like an off-season episode again because we're just pontificating. But I feel like we're leaving everybody in a dark place if we don't talk about something at least a little bit more positive.
Can
So
we
does
talk
anybody have
about
any-
positive?
Yeah.
I mean, there was some positive of that game. Can we talk about the offense a little bit?
No.
We
There were
can't talk
cheers.
about positive.
Let's talk about the cheers for the game. Let's finish off the
right.
let's finish off the podcast for the cheers. Burnsy,
Great.
start us off.
All right. My cheers go to Jamar Chase. All right. Coming out, getting excited, getting the fan base going twice, not once, but twice, right? Made big plays two times. So my cheer goes to Jamar. Welcome back to the Touchdown Club. Thanks for helping my fantasy team too, by the way. But yeah. Nicholas.
Oh yeah, I was going to jump in next anyway.
Yay.
My cheers, Mims coming in. Of course, first play didn't look too good. Okay, just shaking off the cobwebs. But I mean, he gave Burrow some time, and Brown was having quite some trouble with the guy he was going against. So, props to Mims coming in off the bench, not expecting to play, but came in ready to go. Fixed the one mistake he made early, and the rest of the game, Burrow was comfortable. Good job. It looks like Casey and Zach are going to be wearing some pretty princess jewelry. Is what I'm thinking.
That wasn't a start. Anyways, Josh, go ahead.
Well, that might not have been a start, but he is starting the rest of the season because Brown is out. So that does help me and Nick. I'll say the running game. They actually had what looked like a competent running game. Moss looked pretty good. I mean, it's about freaking time we finally had something to be happy about on the offense. And we can talk about every single piece of it because it was all good. Offensive line gave him all day long to throw most of the time. Beautiful. Loved it.
I mean, even Troy Aikman was saying that Joe Burrow essentially has all day to throw. He got pressured like twice. One was a sack, the other one he escaped the pocket. Wait, 3 times. Sorry, he escaped left out of the pocket one day. One of the plays. But I mean, essentially, offensive line had a great day.
I guess my cheer will go ahead and we'll give it to the tight end play. Gesicki looked good. Eric All looked good. We have so many weapons. If only we had a defense. If only we had a defense. Well,
Take your career to new heights with Constructive Curiosity. Whether it's career coaching, mental performance training, or business management consulting, Constructive Curiosity has the insight to get it right. Visit constructivecuriosity.com to get started today.
all right, so apparently Zach got tired of being Johnny Cash. So what are your closing thoughts, Zachary?
Oh man. I hope I'm wrong. That's my closing thought. Closing thoughts.
Wow.
Anyway.
About
Yeah.
finishing the season 14-4.
14.
I don't want you to be wrong about that.
No. I hope I'm wrong about starting the season 0-4. I hope I'm wrong about Andy Dalton. I'm hoping I'm wrong about everything about this coming week. However, I do hope I am right that we do finish the season strong and that would put us at 14-3 instead of 13-4. But I'm still gonna hold on. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think Josh is probably the most realistic. Probably gonna be like a 10-7 season, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think the boys will figure it out. It's a new week. Hopefully, that conversation between Joe and Zach Taylor leads to something.
Josh?
My closing thoughts. I'm just going to give you a couple Reddit things I found. They are obscure Bengals statistics. Did you know every team in the NFL has had a 1,500-yard rusher at least one time, except for the Bengals? Not once. Closest was Rudy Johnson in 2005 with 1,458 yards. I looked it up. That is a real statistic. But another one that I think is pretty cool is the Bengals are the only team in history to have 3 consecutive games with a different player rushing for 100 yards. So they've always been a run by committee kind of team.
Well, you got name dropped on that one?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me just go back to Bernard in 2009. Bernard Scott, Larry Johnson, and Cedric Benson.
Dang.
Consecutive games. This one doesn't sound real. I don't think it's real, but it sounds very fun for Andy Dalton. In 2014, Andy Dalton had more receiving touchdowns than every wide receiver on the Chiefs combined.
He did.
Did he? That was real.
No receiving touchdowns that year for a wide receiver, and he got a screen pass from Mohamed Sanu.
I did not know. I didn't think that one was going to be real. You know, it's Reddit. You never know. People just post it up.
Who was their quarterback? Alex Smith was the Chiefs quarterback.
Yep.
And
Kelsey was the one that was getting the touchdowns, right?
like no wide receiver got a touchdown the entire season. It was running backs and tight ends and heck, anybody but a wide receiver.
Who was the running back, the really good one, and then he just fell off the face of the earth?
I know they had Priest Holmes at one point.
No, that was when they were undefeated in the 2000s, and we beat them after they went 8-0.
I know a lot of football, but I can't remember Chiefs running backs.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I was hoping maybe Josh or Nick would know.
Yeah,
Let me, Josh.
Definitely not me. I barely remember ours.
He was a great fantasy player, apparently. So, you know.
All right, Nick, what are your closing thoughts? Because Josh had awesome stats, so it's going to be hard to beat that.
Closing thoughts is that it is the Bengals. Okay. We have seen weirder crap happen with the Bengals than starting 0-3, and then next thing you know, going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. Just saying, we have seen weirder things happen in Cincinnati. I don't want to go there because I don't want to get to the point where you know anything happens where we're no longer on any of these social media platforms that Casey's about to drop. But weirder things in Cincinnati have happened. Okay. I do think that we have the most high-powered offense in the league. I think that small tweaks with strategy on defense, and I think that player performance is key at certain positions. As long as we can dot our T's, cross our I's, yes, I know what I said, we can come out and complete the season with a successful season.
We just want to say thank you to the Boone County education system. We're all proud graduates, and we dot our T's and cross our I's. Thank you very much.
It's sarcasm. If you ever heard of sarcasm, you know, I know it's dot your I's and cross your T's, but I say it backwards. I say it backwards to be sarcastic.
You and your Kentucky public school education. How many fingers can you count on?
You're the one. You're the one who still wears your shirts.
I'm saying it out of love. I have the exact same education as you do. So.
My mama taught me how to read real good. Well, for her, I wouldn't know how to.
That running back was Jamal Charles.
Oh yeah,
trying to figure out his name.
So as Nick mentioned, check us out on all of our socials at Talking_Bengals. We are on the YouTubes, the TikTokies. They are now all connected as one on our stuff. You can find it everywhere. We are also on the gram, as the children would say, or X, because it's too cool to be called Twitter anymore. It's like Prince. It became a symbol. And people younger than us probably don't know what we're talking about. But okay, it is what it is. We're aging ourselves. We don't care. It is what it is. Find us there. Go to talkingbengals.com. Check out all of our awesome shirts and stuff that we have up. Ken and Willie Anderson push is still going on. Sign the petition. Buy a shirt. 30% of it goes to the Ken Anderson Alliance. Other than that, keep your head up. For those of you that are new, this is nothing out of the ordinary. Welcome to being a Bengals fan. You're going to be sad a lot. You're going to be disappointed a lot. but there's going to be moments where it's worth it. And there's going to be a lot of moments where it's really not. If you didn't check out our trivia earlier, it's a sad fan base. But if we're anything, we are loyal. Nobody can say that Cincinnati Bengals fans are not some of the most loyal fans in the NFL, because we have dealt with heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Maybe we need to go to a therapist. That's my closing thought. Maybe the whole fan base needs to go see a therapist, because this is an abusive relationship that we are in. But oh well, we're still going to stick around. We'll be here next week and vote on what you think the TB challenge question will be this week and who day.
Who day?
Hooray.
Show your Bengals and Northern Kentucky pride. Get the Talkin' Bengals Y'all shirt now. Order today exclusively at talkinbengals.com.